Welcome all. Boone here from Elliott Wave Pro. So for this weekly outlook, I'll start with the DXY. Nothing's changed on the daily. I'm looking for this X. It's looking very corrective in here. If we go down to the H4, we're getting this Y wave down. So we're getting this X before we get the Z down to finish off the H1 DY. So I am looking at more downside. We pretty much played out how I was looking at it last week. We're getting that C up. So we're getting this C up here. So we get an A. This could have been an A, B, C in here, but this was the B wave. So we got an A, B, C in here for the A, B, C. If you get the buy, you can still look for the buy. It may go up a little bit more. If we have a look on the H1, move some of these around up here. Go up to the H1. We do have bearish divergence here, so it is going to be risky to buy. But if you do get another buy, it still is possible that we do get a W, X, Y, X, Z up to finish a move, or even get a little flat in here. So it can become a little bit complex on the H1. There's no real clear sign. I still think the larger impulse will be to the downside. So after this wave's finished, you're looking for that sell. But like I said, if you want to scalp the buys, they're only scalps. You have to be very careful. So if we go on to the AU daily, nothing's really changed. I'm looking for this move down. But we got this move here. I'm looking for another one to give us some sort of a flat in here on the daily before we get that more upside. Now, this is looking corrective in here. So these targets may not get hit if it turns into a running flat. Even if it turns into an expanding flat and just comes back, retest the trend line, I'm only looking for sells, you know. So if we go onto the H4, you can see we got an extra wave up here. So this is an ending. Now, if we look at H1, this is where we have to assess what the price action's actually doing, because here we've got an impulse, impulse, impulse. So we've got an impulse, impulse, and an impulse. So here we're going to get a correction. We're going to get an A, B, C. Then we get the A, B, C. And then we get the A, B, C. So this can become quite complex, how we get this structure. There's so many different structures. We're looking at, because of the price action, we're going to get this correction in here. When you get this, you can take it. You're going to definitely have to want to be moving to break even at the low, because it's more than likely only going to be an A, B, C for the A, B, C, and then we get that A, B, C down. If you want to learn all these structures properly, by all means, join up. I give a lot of trades out. I show you exactly how to analyze the market and how to actually trade, how to trade the setups, to get the setups. If you get the analysis right, you get the direction right. You know, there's no other course out there that could compete to mine. What I show you. So yeah, so that's pretty much. I'm looking for a complex. This can become more complex for a larger correction in here on the H4. We could be in a an A, B, C up, some sort of an ending diagonal. This is looking more upside as well, so we have to be very careful here. But I'm only looking for sells. Because of the daily, I'm only looking for the sells on it. We're at a top. We need to correct. And it's showing us that it wants to correct because of the price action. So EU, first target was hit. So it's just one move up. So on the daily, we got a W, X, Y, X, Z up. I'm looking at this here as internal at this stage. It may become a larger correction for this X2. So this was the trade in here. This was a nice trade, the buy trade for last week. Hit the first target, didn't quite get to the second target. If you got in this sell, I'd be looking to get out of this sell. If you got into this sell here, it was an ugly looking correction, this one. You really needed to take this up here for the sell. This was too ugly. If you took it, break of the low, I'd be looking to get break even and look for another better setup, because this can be like an A, B, C in here. We do have bullish divergence, I think. Just check that out. No, we don't have bullish divergence. So we'll have to see what sort of flag we get in here. If we get a bear flag, you could take it. But very risky. It's not giving us, at this stage, you really need nice flag in here before you can sell it. GU, I put out the idea on TradingView. If we have a look, so I'm looking at the daily WXY, and we get this X2 and then the Z up. So you can sort of see I'm looking for the 38.2 and the 50 fib as the targets. So I'm only looking for sells in this one. If we go down to the H1, we've got that impulse again. So this move up may not be over. We need the trade set up before we can trade it. If we go A, more than likely we're going to get a B wave in here for the A, B, C. Then we get that A, B, C, and then we get that A, B, C before we get upside. It could become more complex. The way price action is at the moment, it's looking corrective. You can see it's just giving those impulses. So I dare say we're going to get a correction in here, like AU basically. It's going to become it can become quite a complex correction. I can't rule it out because of what price action is giving us. NU, you can look for that buy. If you want to buy something, NU you could get. We got this impulse down to finish off this flat. So we got the A, B, C down. We're getting a flag in here. So you can look for that buy. Have your buy stop loss at the bottom of this low here and look for that. It may not be over and may become more complex. It is. We are in a downtrend, so if you are going to trade it, you want to keep a tight stop loss. I'll just change the setting. So this is a downtrend here. So we may just come up to the trend line. Price action will show you what it's going to do around the trend line, if it's going to drop or go up. So you want to be watching around this trend line if you do take this. But that'll be a nice trade this week if you get it. UY is becoming more complex as well. If you got, I hope you all got in this buy here. This is a nice buy. I am looking at it as it's going to become more complex again. So you can see on H4, I'm looking A, B, C, and then the A, B, C down. It may become even more complex. We just have to monitor it. And but yeah, I'm in the buy on this one, just for the scalp up. I'll see what it does. It may come, price may come up and break this top. We don't really know. I'm looking for the buys though. I'm only looking for the buys. If I get a nice little sell set up in here, I might look for the scalp down later on in the week. Just have to monitor it. If we go down to the H1, you can see the trade. You want to be at break even. Sheffy. This one here gave a really nice buy. I hope you all took it this week. This gave a really nice buy in here. Nice impulse up. If we go out on the H4, you'll see that we're in this. I've always been looking for this, this A, B, C in here for the B wave. So we get that A, B, C. Now this may not be over, but it has bounced off the trend line. So we really need to monitor its position now. You should be out of this trade, taking profit and wait. But once you start to see this up here at a trend line, you want to get out and wait for the next setup. So if we look at this, like the AU, and I think it was the EU, we got the GU, we got these impulses. So we got an A, an A, and an A. We got to get a B here. More than likely get a B wave in here for the A, B, C. Then we get that A, the A, B, C, larger A, B, C, and then we get that larger, even larger A, B, C. So it can become quite complex in here. More than likely, you will get a scalp. You can really only scalp this, because more than likely we will get a correction in here and you will be able to buy this, but you can only scalp it. You definitely want to be at break even at the top of this. It's mainly scalping, I think, because we got those three impulses. Okay, so it's going to become complex. UCAD. I've always just been, week after week, I'm only looking for the buy. There's reasons why I say I'm only looking for a buy. I don't want to take the sell setups, because as you can see, it's not worth. I mean, this one here went nice. You got a nice drop, but then it goes straight back up. Breaks a low, or it'll go straight back up. So the larger impulse is going to be the A wave. So I'm only looking for that buy. There was a buy during the week that I did get. I think it was this one in here. But it didn't go, and I just got a few pips out of it. But I'm only looking for the buy. This one here, again, it can become more complex. We got 3. May go something like this. And then bounce off the trend line. We just got to monitor these trades to see how they, what price action we're getting basically now. Looking for the B waves though. Looking for a B wave and then trade off that B wave. GA, I might go over GA. I think I'd done this last week, this trade here. Yeah, it didn't go for that ABC up. This can become more complex as well. This could be the A, B, C to finish off the B wave and then go. But it's looking corrective. I'm only looking for that buy. Every buy setup I'll take. This one in here, it would have been break even at worst. It went, if you bought above this top, it went, but you start seeing this, and you definitely want to be moving to break even. So it did break out, but broke out in 3 moves. So it's more than likely a correction for an A, the B, C. So we get the A, B, C in here, the A, B, C in here, and then we get that larger A, B, C to finish off the B wave. It's looking like we're going to get a larger, more complex correction. Okay, so if you get the sell in here, you can look for that sell. If you do get a bear flag in here, you can look for that sell. Take profit. All it has to do is break this low of this wave here. It doesn't have to break this low. It only has to break the wave A low. So the A, B, C. So wave C only has to break below wave A. So you definitely want to be moving to break even, but if that gets, if price drops down there, move to break even, take a bit of profit, even if you take half off here at that low, and then see if it runs for you. GY, I might go over GY. So GY, I've shown it on TradeView. This trade, I'm still looking for the sell. Like, I'm only looking for the sell. So this may be internal to here. It's looking like an ABC up here on the H1. So this wave B may not be over, maybe over here somewhere, but we will get that C down. I'm only looking for the sell. We go on to H1, the price action. This was the sell in here last week. I hope you all got that. Now it's becoming, we can clearly see this A, B, C in here for the B wave. So I'm only looking for the A, B, C down. This may be over. If we get a bear flag in here, you can look for it. You definitely want to be taking all the sells and keep tight stops. And if you do get a sell set up, you want to look for it. You can look for that buy as well. See what sort of setup we get. But yeah, I'm more interested in the sell. The larger impulse will be down. So I'm more interested in the sells than I am the buys. The buys become risky. But this is looking like a nice correction. You can trade it. You know, break it there, you know, it can continue on, giving you some sort of correction like this one here, you know, for a W, X, Y, X, Z finishing off the B wave before we come down. but it's going to be a nice trade when we get it. Take a quick look at gold. Gold, like I've been saying, we're only looking for the sells. We got that sell from the very top up here. There's that nice sell up here. Got all this. Put out that trading view idea for here as well. For that C up, that hit the target. And now we're looking for this C down. So if we go on to H1, you can see I put out a trade view idea here. I'd be taking, if you did get this, I didn't take it because it didn't actually give me the setup to take it, the system setup. But if you did take this break here, I'd be getting out at a small loss. You got in here somewhere, just take the small hit because it was a false break, so that can be the end of the move. A, B, C down, and might get something more complex in here to finish off this B wave. This B may end up over here somewhere for a more complex correction. It can become quite complex before it'll go. Like, might get a flat in here. It can do quite a few different things now that this one failed, because this will become more than likely an A wave. So yeah, we'll have to watch this one, but I am only looking for shorts. I will only take shorts. We have a look. We're at a top. Right? Even if this one does break the top for an A, B, C breaks the top, we're still going to get that larger. The larger impulse is going to be to the downside. So I really only want it. We don't know exactly what it's going to do and how complex it's going to become. We have to watch the price action for that on the lower time frames. So watch out for your structures and trade in those directions. WTI, I was only looking for the buys. Last week, we never got the break. But I'm only looking for the buys. If we go down to the H1, you can see I'm looking. I'll just get that out of the way. So I'm looking at all this as corrective. So wherever this B wave is, it's come down and broken the low here. It gave a nice sell. If you got into that sell this week, last week, you've done well. There was a nice sell in here. Never got the buy, and we've broken the low again. So it still can come lower because this is your A, B, C. This is becoming very choppy, so it may become more complex. We just have to watch it. But basically, I'm only looking for buys. If I get buy setups against this low, not as a stop loss. When I say against the low, look for buy setups against the low. What I'm talking about is, this can come right down here. We know that a B wave can even break this low. So this isn't your stop loss. This is just if you get a buy set up in here, well, it's fine. If you get a buy set up under this low, you don't want to sort of take it because then it's only going to be a C up. You still can take it, but you know that it's only going to be an A, B, C instead of a reversal. So WTI, I'm only looking for buys. There is no buy set up on it at the moment. But yeah, Bitcoin, we got the buy last week. I'll put that buy out. in last week's video. So you got a nice spike up there. I'm looking at it more complex now. I'm looking at this as the A, B, C. You got an A, B, C in here, and then you get that A, B, C, the large A, B, C, and we've got that larger A, B, C now. So this can be the complete structure here, and we can go up and break this top. So if you do get buy setups in, look for that buy to go and break that top. You get sell setups, you can take them as well because you are at a high. But if we have a look on the H4, this is looking corrective. This is looking like a nice running flat for more upside. It can become, if you do get the sell setups, it can become you're looking to break that low there as an expanding flat. So it may come down, touch this trend line and bounce off of there. We don't really know, but you really want to be looking for the buy, I think, when we have this. This is a nice structure. Look for that buy to go and break the top. There's nothing really on it at the moment on H1 to give us that. I think we do have bullish divergence here. Yeah, we do have bullish divergence here. Hasn't broken the trend line. It has broken the trend line, but you really need to wait for a little correction in here. Ideally, you would have want to break this high, give it a little flag in here, and then go to break that high. So you can pretty much trade Bitcoin both ways, whatever setup it gives you. Like I said, it can be an expanding flat. And this wave isn't over. Give more downside. SPX, still looking for that. We can look at that as over, and then we go up and break this top. And that's looking like what it's doing. We got this deep correction in here. So I think there's going to be more, it's going to become more complex now. Instead of just giving us the impulse, it's giving us these deep corrections. Hard to trade. Looking for something like that, this here, over here. It didn't give us a setup. If you did get in the buy down here, well, you're doing well. It didn't really give me a setup to take. This one's the DAX. This is still giving that correction. I think last week we were in here somewhere, and I was saying this is the correction in here to buy. You've done well out of that if you got that. You're getting another sort of a buy, sort of a setup here for a larger correction, A, B, C. Look for the buy. There's nothing solid on it at the moment. On the H1, no buy setup at this stage, but you can look for that. Against this low. Look for buyers against this low. Okay, so I think that I'll end it there for the week. Hope you have a successful week and enjoy.